Good morning from the Arizona desert. My name is Tom and I'm out here in Arizona, and this is the daily DoorDash journey through the desert. Wow, did I overextend myself over the last 36 hours. Trying to get that Google Sheet video out, and last night I just had a message that I had to get out, and that video delayed me getting home until like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I am tired. But that why, that crazy 3-letter word, WHY, why? Well, because I have to. So get up and get out on the road again and go make that money. I'm tired. I'll probably be trying to sneak as many naps as possible. Got a little late start. I did start my dash. I'm currently on a pause. I got gas last night, so I'm ready to roll it. Just have to cross over into my zone, and might have to fight the app. I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but in the morning, sometimes when you start, if you pause your dash and you're not in your zone, it's like the GPS just does not read where you're at, and it's very frustrating. You might hear some road noise just because I'm moving, and I apologize for that. I need to go get some equipment, and I need to get a mic, something that's going to be a little bit clearer than using this Bluetooth mic. So today, I'm not expecting to make over 360. As we talked about yesterday, it just seems like I was just being held back. I was being throttled. I was not able to excel. It was frustrating, even though I had, like 7 large orders altogether. I believe that's what the number is. I'm just off the top of my head. It was somewhere between 5 and 7 or 8. I have the exact number. I just have not had time to take a look at it, so I apologize. Somebody will call me out for it, I'm sure, at some point in time, and I just reserve the right to be able to say, I'm sorry, But again, minimum amount that we're trying to make is $270. That's usually a slam dunk. I mean, I'd have to be making like $15 an hour for 18 hours in order to do something along those lines. So we're just shooting for the 360. If the DoorDash algorithm, I'm not even going to say the G word, just out of blasphemy. I don't like to be controlled. I want to have the ability to go earn as much money as I can possibly make. But as we talked about last night, it's like, what are you going to do with the money? And we're on a path. Yesterday, if you didn't listen to the video, the 14th of next month, I'm paying off one of my credit cards, and it's just going to increase the amount of money that I have through a debt snowball, process of taking the money that I was paying on that card and rolling it in and focusing it on the next debt, and that creates that momentum that we were talking about. We have the thought, we changed it into the why. Then we take the why, it turns into action, which is what we're doing right now, and then that action, turns into momentum, and the momentum is the start of this debt snowball process. That's why I'm excited about 2026, because when all of a sudden you start to see, hey, this is actually going to become possible, it's going to become a reality, I can actually do this, and you start to see those numbers going down, it's obviously very important that we also correct the action that got us there in the first place. Stop using the credit cards. Listening to Dave Ramsey, he's like, cut up the cards, and I personally, I even have a problem with that. Because that's like a double emergency fund. If all of a sudden I have to have a vehicle repair, and I want to make sure that I've got that in place. I want to be able to get on the road as quickly as possible. I'm going to stop here to stop that light from shining in our face while I'm at this light. So yeah, I even struggle with that, and that's what I want to talk about. I'm also going through these same exact struggles. I'm not sitting here saying I have all the answers, or that I'm doing this perfectly. I too am struggling with some of the things that are being asked of me, and that's where I need the encouragement. I want to give you the encouragement. Let's start to get this done and taken care of, so that we can really reap the end results and start to move ourselves forward. So I just crossed over. I'm going to end this just so that I can really start to focus on running DoorDash. But the message is, I too struggle with all the things that I'm talking about, and I too struggle, and that's what led to the questions of, hey, what do I need to do differently? And that's where all of a sudden the Google Sheets started coming in, and it's like, hey, well, let's test this, and the secret really is in the questions that you ask. And it's like, when you come up with this hypothesis, when you come up with this theory of approaching DoorDash, and will it produce, and the numbers and everything else, it's those questions that then you turn into your why. I've got to go on out and I've got to go test this. It then turns into the action steps, and you start to log it. And then once you start to log it, all of a sudden you get the momentum, because all of a sudden you're seeing, hey, I found myself a little teeny tiny thing inside of my market. Like I said, what happens in my market may be different than what happens in your market. But that's that whole process again. Wow, well then maybe this is starting to turn into a law, not a idea. It may be something that we need to do on a regular basis. And like I said, I will get different results than what you get. So I'm just really trying to share that process and see if you'll try that process. So with that, I'm here, and now I'm even testing the DoorDash pause feature when I start my dash, and it's like, I need to come on up with a solution. Do I need to uninstall and reinstall the app every time in the morning if by chance I'm running late, or will it kick in after I get my first order, even though I've said resume my dash, and it says drive to your location? So I'm even testing, and I'm continually testing. I fall in love with learning, and that's what I probably am asking you guys to do, is to fall in love with learning in everything and anything that you do. And the beauty of it is, usually somebody out there, like in this case, somebody may have the answer. Hey, Tom, do this, do that, and try this and try that. Wow, sure, let's go do it. Let's go test it. And you'll jump on out to YouTube, and you'll jump on out to Google, and you'll start to ask the proper questions to get the answers, so that you can make some informed decisions. Trust but verify. I've heard that many times throughout my life. Trust but verify. And so we're just on a quest. But so yeah, I am excited. Going back to the previous statement about getting out of debt, I am excited about that. It means that I'll have that available credit, in case of an emergency. It just kind of increases my, don't do it, Tom, emergency fund. But it's there. Regardless, it's there. Even if I decide to go back to my old behaviors instead of focusing on getting out of debt, it is there. And man, does that feel good. It puffs you up. It makes you feel like, hey, go ahead, throw whatever you want at me, because I've now got more power, because I made some decisions and I freed up that available credit. But like I said, don't do it. But it's there. Don't do it. It's there. Do you ever do that? Do you ever just kind of like have those like little battles between your mind? Should I, shouldn't I? Do it, don't do it. Temptation. Yeah. See, that's what I want to talk about. That's the struggle that I hope eventually goes into the comment section. So I'm going to end this because I don't want to get my shift ended. But with that, if you like this material, like, comment, and subscribe. It should be like, comment, even on other people's comments, and subscribe. Follow me through this journey through the desert, and let's get to the other side. And by the way, I just want to share one other thing. The irony of this whole process is once we get to that other side and this dream becomes a reality, is then new dreams appear. And you go through the same exact process again. Comfort zone, desert, land of giants, dream. And again, comfort zone, new comfort zone, different comfort zone, desert, giants, dream. We'll talk about that process in depth. But I hope you have a great day. Be safe out there. I know the snow's starting to melt down on the East Coast, which is good, but there's still patchy spots of ice. So please be careful. Make sure you get home to the loved ones. Don't take yourself out of the game. Don't let others take you out of the game. Be aware, be alert, because not everybody is as driven and as focused as you are. So with that, I'm going to end this, and you all have a great day. Ciao.